Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! So because moments like these only happen once in every lifetime, they are moments that should be enjoyed, and I've always believed they should be enjoyed together, which is why it's my honor to join you to review the Zombie Swore Down to the Vampire's Dream Come True music video, which got thousands of views on YouTube after its premiere. And it got thousands of views on YouTube after its premiere because people just simply loved it. They didn't want to hear criticism or reviews about the Dream Come True music video because they just loved it, because of the stars who brought it to life, Malachi Burton and Freya Sky, who looked fabulous together on the set of Zombie Swore Down to the Vampires. That was evident. That was evident more than anything else that was ever seen on the set of Zombie Swore Down to the Vampires, was the undeniable chemistry they exemplified and just how passionate they felt about each other. It sparked a lot of rumors. It sparked a lot of interest. People were saying they were dating in real life. I can confirm for you that it's not true, that it's not accurate. They are not dating in real life. But it's just how much passion they brought to the set of Zombie Swore Down to the Vampires that made everybody believe that they looked so cute together. I agree with everybody, because this music video was absolutely fabulous. And if there's one music video that's going to go into history for being one of the greatest of all time, it's going to be this one. Now, I know a lot of Disney music videos over the years have been revered and achieved reverity for some unexplained reasons, like Hannah Montana music videos. Every music video that Hannah Montana ever produced found its way to the top of some syndicated Billboard chart. I know because I remember the success that Miley Cyrus saw as that character, and I know all the success, and I heard all the success stories about Selena Gomez as the character Alex Russo on Wizards of Waverly Place, and having so much success as her singer in her own right. But I think that when you talk about songs of this new generation, they definitely have been represented by the songs from Descendants and Zombies. Descendants' score was a beautiful score. By Descendants 2, the music had undeniably gotten better, and people fell in love with Descendants 2 more than ever before because of songs like Ways to be Wicked, Rotten to the Core, Space Between. It was a beautiful collaboration. The music had gotten better, the story was that much deeper, and people fell in love with Descendants 2. I will never forget being a part of that premiere and seeing the beautiful gowns that Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson had worn on that night, because they knew it was going to be something special, and they were going to go into history, and they were going to be a part of it. Undeniably, we have been a part of history over the last decade with Descendants and Zombies, and it's history that I've loved being a part of and that I will never, ever forget. Because you guys took a loser on YouTube who was just playing video games on Twitch and turned him into a celebrity overnight. And I have each and every one of you to thank for that. But I love talking about Descendants of Zombies so much. And I really believe that when we're talking about a music video like Dreams Come True, there's a certain prestige and a certain pride that goes with every video that we upload. We don't need to put ourselves up in the corner and review the music video scene for scene, cut for cut, mistake for mistake, and offer criticism, because there is no nice form of criticism, or at least that's the way I choose to look at it. Criticism is very evil, and I think that the more nice things we say about a music video, it gives people hope. Like, there are more people out there than ever given credit for that want to know what the release date of Zombies 5 is going to be. And I really wish I had an answer for all of your guys' questions about if Zombies 5 is going to be on Disney Plus for your service, or it's going to be released in 2027, 2028. There are a lot of rumors about Zombies 5's release window. Even people are suggesting 2026. That's way too early, because you got to wait for a budget to drop. You've got to wait for special effects to be put into place. You've got to wait for a storyboard to be presented. There are so many aspects that need to fall into place for Zombies 5 to happen. But rest assured it's going to happen, because I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure it does happen for each and every one of you, just as I will for the Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour, because I know many of you were shut out. And my heart went out to everybody who was shut out of the Worlds Collide Tour, who couldn't get a ticket, who were so sad they weren't a part of the Worlds Collide Tour. But even if you watched the Worlds Collide Tour at home, you offered something special to it because you were a part of magic and you were a part of history. You may not have thought you were a part of history, but you were a part of something special. And my heart goes out to everybody that made the Worlds Collide Tour a moment in history, a moment in time that I wish I could have been a part of, and I could have reviewed a lot better. The thing is, guys, you've deserved way better reviews of things like music videos and the Worlds Collide Tour than ever before. And sometimes I feel like I'm never good enough for you guys, because you guys have always deserved better when it comes to reviews about Descendants of Zombies. This was a music video that I felt really inspired by, and I saw myself in a lot of the moments that Freya Sky and Malachi Burton were a part of because of Zombie Swore Down to the Vampires. I thought about a lot of situations I was in my own life, how I could never make sense our relationships with some of the girls that I was in, how I never had enough guts to tell them how I really felt about them when I really had the biggest crushes in the world on them. I think we all got to a point where we saw ourselves in this music video and through the eyes of these characters. They are going to go down in history for being some of the greatest of all time. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to solidify their legacies. Because when a lifetime is over and it eventually ends, all we leave behind is a legacy. And it's all about how our legacies are defined. And I really do believe that these stars are going to have legacies that are never ever going to be surpassed. They've shown so much heart and so much dedication. And I saw that in the Snow Angels music video. This was the first music video we had seen since the Worlds Collide tour, collaborated by both of them. And there's just so much undeniable chemistry. I think everybody realizes it who's ever a part of a moment with Freya Sky and Malachi Burton. I can understand why so many rumors would be derived from this relationship they have. It's a friendship. And I think that a lot of people have said a lot of things about Malachi Burton and Freya Sky just to get reactions out of you guys. But you guys obviously know better because you're diehard fans of Descendants and Zombies and you're some of the smartest fans in the world who deserve far more credit than ever given. And I think that it's time somebody showed you the respect that you deserve when it comes to reviewing these music videos, because I think we all saw ourselves at some moment in Zombie Swore Down to the Vampires and thought about our own lives, and were able to put our own lives into perspective on what direction we wanted to take our own lives in because of what Descendants and Zombies offered us for over 10 years. It's been an incredible decade for me, to be honest with each and every one of you, because I not only got to talk about Descendants and Zombies, but I had the honor of meeting so many wonderful fans who felt inspired by Descendants and Zombies, sharing their stories with me in comments. And it's just been an experience that I will never, ever forget. I just saw your favorite Zombies cast members attending Disney World, and they looked like they had a blast. They had so much fun. I saw some of the photos, and I really wish I could have been a part of it. Guys, to be honest with you guys, I would love to be an announcer and a commentator for Disney Radio and be able to interview these stars for you guys, to give you better interviews, because I know what it takes to give you a good interview and to show you the respect that you deserve for Descendants and Zombies. I would love to be the host of an official Descendants and Zombies podcast if Disney would give me the opportunity to do it for you guys, because like I said, you guys have deserved far better reviews of Descendants and Zombies. And each time I upload a video, I never promote these videos. I just hope that it's going to get a couple of hundred views, possibly 1,000, and I just go away. And then I come back the same night and I see if my video got any views. I never ever promote it. I just upload it to the YouTube channel and I leave it at that, because it's up to you guys to find these videos and to show the appreciation to these videos that you want to show it. Because you guys know what you want. You guys know who you love and why you're a fan of Descendants and Zombies. Some of you are very passionate about the music. Some of you are very passionate about the story. That's more evident than ever before. Some of you are passionate about collecting the dolls and all the merch that goes with Descendants and Zombies. I remember a time when Disney would even release bubble bats inspired by their favorite franchises like Hannah Montana and Wizards of Waverly Place and even High School Musical and board games. There isn't as much merchandise as there was probably 10 years ago, which is why I wish many of you could have been a fan of Disney probably 10 years ago, because a decade ago, Disney would release everything from video games inspired by Hannah Montana and Wizards of Waverly Place. Even if it was just a Game Boy video game they would release. They would release board games inspired by franchises like High School Musical and Hannah Montana. I know because I had them. And I really wish I had them here to show you guys, because I had every piece of merchandise from video games to posters to t-shirts. I even can remember a Hannah Montana guitar that you could actually plug in and charge and play and learn to play guitar chords with. It was really cool being a fan of Disney over a decade ago. I wish Disney had just as much merchandise promoting Descendants of Zombies, which is why when I saw them unboxing the dolls and the action figures for the Descendants of Zombies franchises and seeing their reactions, it made it all worth being a YouTuber for all this time. Because I've been around for a very long time, but I've never seen reactions from unboxings like I got from Freya Sky and Meg Donnelly, because they were so appreciative of the moment they were a part of. They knew at that moment in time their legacies were going to go down in history for having been some of the greatest of all time. Because I really do believe, even though they don't admit to wanting to go down in history for being some of the greatest of all time, that's what they want to get out of this experience. And I think what it comes down to is how much we love them and how much love and support that we can show them no matter what they're faced with or how much criticism they're receiving. Because, guys, they go through a lot. I mean, let's be honest. They're under a lot of pressure. They have to perform to a certain criteria and a certain expectation level. And I forever and always wanted to do something about that, because I know that a lot of people are being let down about the reviews of the Descendants and Zombies music videos and the scenes and the moments that make us fans of Descendants and Zombies. Who really cares what a critic has to say about a music video like Dreams Come True. It's a beautiful music video. It's 10 stars across the board, regardless of how you feel about it. And I think that the more videos that we upload about Descendants and Zombies offering encouragement that things like Descendants 5 with Wonderland is going to happen, Zombies 5 will eventually come into a bigger picture, I think that's really going to offer incentive and a creative direction for somebody out there that just wants to feel inspired by somebody uploading videos about Descendants and Zombies. I know that a lot of people were redirected to this YouTube channel off the premiere of the Snow Angels music video because they couldn't find it, and I do apologize for that because Disney has certain restrictions and criterias for their YouTube channel, and that's why you couldn't find the video. But I like to believe that some way or somehow these videos have touched the hearts of so many wonderful people, because I think that never enough nice things can be said about your favorite stars. I just saw a video of Meg Donnelly, and she was so excited to perform at the Thanksgiving Day Parade on November 27th in the United States. She's in her hometown now. She's really happy to be home, and she's so excited to be performing in the Thanksgiving Day Parade. I believe she's going to be performing Dancing Around. I don't know if that's correct or not, but I think she's going to be performing Dancing Around. But I noticed the appreciation of her being home with her family, and she was talking about, watching the Thanksgiving Day Parade with her grandmother and attending it, and being so appreciative of every moment that she was a part of. So if there ever was somebody who deserved to perform at the Thanksgiving Day Parade and dance around on stage and high five each and every one of you, I think it's definitely got to be Meg Donnelly, because Meg Donnelly is somebody who's very appreciative of every moment that she's ever been a part of. And I think that the more positive reviews that we post about the Worlds Collide Tour, and the more positive reviews and positive vibes we can give to these music videos, I think it's going to be better for a lot of people, in all honesty, because I think that people like Clarke and Meg Donnelly don't deserve to be feeling very upset about their performances. They need to feel good about themselves, and the only way that we can do that is by uploading videos that actually make sense and really, touch a person's heart because they are a fan of Descendants and Zombies. Because I grew up in a very different generation of Disney. That's probably why I feel the way that I do. Because I grew up a fan of shows like Bonkers and The Lion King and Aladdin, and I can even remember a time when The Little Mermaid had a TV series inspired by the original franchise. And that was so fun for me growing up a fan of these TV shows, because I was a fan of a show called Darkwing Duck years ago, and I think I watched every single episode of Darkwing Duck. I still have all the original episodes remastered of that one. So basically I grew up in a generation that revolved around animation, and then Disney eventually moved out of original animations into live action TV shows like Hannah Montana and Wizards. And I remember being so inspired by those TV shows because of the magic and the possibility of anything really happening in the show. Now, while anything may have never really happened in Hannah Montana and the Wizards of Waverly Place TV series in terms of a storyline, it's only now that we're seeing new storylines being brought forth for Wizards Beyond Waverly Place that could have happened many years ago in the original franchise. I think that there's more of a chance than ever before to present more storylines and more opportunities for great music videos like this one. It's all about how much of a chance we want to take on that and how much of an opinion we have about Descendants and Zombies, because regardless of if we admit to it or not, there are so many people out there that are die-hard about Descendants and Zombies who have forever and always deserved far better reviews of things like music videos and moments that make them a fan of Descendants and Zombies. When Descendants first premiered, where were you? What were you doing 10 years ago? I was sitting at home. I was a loser in my apartment. I didn't know if I was coming or going, and I was watching Descendants. And you know something? After I watched the first Descendants movie, I felt like I could put my life back together, and everything just made sense to me. And I think ever since I started talking about Descendants and Zombies, it's given me a greater appreciation for everything they go through and how much their roles mean to them, because it really defines them. The characters they bring to life for Descendants and Zombies really define who they are as people. And I think everybody wants to get to a point where they've reached a point of gratitude and satisfaction, and I think that they've done that. They've been able to do that because Descendants and Zombies provided them with the opportunity and the chance to really bring something to life. And I say this because I was a fan of every musical, from Wicked to The Sound of Music to High School Musical. I was a fan of everything. Annie was a beautiful Christmas production many years ago. I think that there's a greater appreciation that goes with talking about something like Wicked. And if you ask me, yes, I'm really excited about Wicked for Good's premiere coming up on November 21st. I will be attending it. I've already got advance tickets. I'm so excited about it. I don't care if I had to take a bus and go by myself. I will go see the Wicked for Good premiere, and I'll enjoy it, even though it is a 3-hour long movie. I think a lot of people have chosen to criticize things they don't really know anything about. And I think that if you're going to upload videos about Descendants of Zombies, you've got to upload it with heart, and you've got to upload it with the same passion that exists in the hearts of everybody who ever was a fan of Descendants of Zombies. And I may be just saying this because I'm a fan of musicals and I'm a fan of action adventures, which is what Descendants of Zombies are, themed around acceptance. And really hope existing for everybody out there, no matter who they are, who's a fan of Descendants of Zombies. Because I want you guys to believe that Zombies 5 will happen. And I want you to feel more confident in that than ever before. Because I know what it's like to watch all these videos made up of AI, which really have never made any sense, suggesting that Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland is going to happen on such and such a date, which is completely inaccurate. Or Zombies 5 is not going to be happening until 2028. I get that. And I know what it's like to be a fan of whatever you're a fan of. I know what it's like to be appreciative of every moment that you're a part of because of Descendants of Zombies. Like, where were you when you got your first doll for Descendants? Did you get it as a birthday gift? Did you get it for Christmas? Were you so excited to unbox the doll and play with it and have it added to a part of your collection? If you felt that way, there's nothing wrong with that, because I was very passionate about collecting a lot of things years ago, like Pokemon cards and video games. As you see there in the back, I'm very passionate about collecting video games. Every week I buy a new video game because I'm passionate about collecting them. I don't play them all the time, but I'm very passionate about collecting them because I see nothing wrong in that, because you only live once, and it's about the moments that you create in the lifetime that you're given and how you spend the time that you're allocated, because you never know how much time you have. So if you're passionate about like collecting things like the dolls and the Descendants of Zombies posters for your room, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I think that if you're passionate about blasting the Descendants of Zombies soundtrack, that's exactly what you should do. Who cares if you're going to get a noise complaint? Let everybody know, let the world know that you're a fan of Descendants of Zombies. You know, many years ago, I used to live across the road from somebody who was very passionate about watching shows like Hannah Montana on Disney Channel. And every morning she was getting ready for school, she'd open up her window and she'd blast the Hannah Montana movie soundtrack. And you know something? I would open up my window just so I could hear her playing that music because she was very passionate about it. There are so many people who are subscribed to this YouTube channel who are very passionate about shows like Tangled because they love the original franchise and the original TV series and Phineas and Ferb. They love the reboot just as much. I don't know how I feel about the reboot of it though, because the original series was always my favorite. There's some things different about the reboot that kind of really haven't made sense to me, but it's nice seeing the original cast back as the voiceovers. It's really cool that this channel can touch the hearts of so many wonderful people, and people feel the way they do about Descendants of Zombies, and that's all I've ever wanted to encourage. I wanted to encourage that these music videos are 10s across the board, regardless of how you review them. And I know a thing or two about reviewing music videos because I was a DJ for so many years ever before I was on the radio. I think I was on the radio and I was a DJ at the same time. So if there's one thing I know how to review, it's a music video. What you got to look for in a music video is undeniable chemistry, a certain sound, because you've got to have an ear and a sound for music. And I think everything just fell into place for this music video, because there have been a lot of music videos that I've watched over the years that I could never really make sense of, like the Stan music video from Eminem. I remember everybody thinking the Stan music video from Eminem was the best music video they had ever watched. Or the Christina Aguilera Genie in a Bottle music video, which was remade by Dove Cameron for Descendants 3. That was originally produced by Steve Kepler. I think it was the original producer of that song back in 1999. I remember when it premiered on August 24th, 1999, and that's how far back I go. So when I saw Dove Cameron's remake of that, I thought it was so fantastic, and nobody could have ever done it better. So I think that if you remember, the original remakes of these songs and then seeing them remade for soundtracks for Descendants of Zombies for the purpose of, redistributing music, I think they also did Stronger in the Descendants 3 soundtrack. I could be wrong about that, but I do remember remakes of songs like Genie in a Bottle for Descendants 3 and Stronger, I think, from Kelly Clarkson. So because I remember the original releases of these songs and can remember those dates in my mind, when I talk about songs like Genie in a Bottle, there's a certain meaning behind every review that I do. And that's why this YouTube channel is so popular with so many different age demographics, is because I can relate to everybody who's a fan of Descendants of Zombies. I just told you I was a loser before Descendants of Zombies because I really was. And, even when I couldn't make sense of my own life, the thing was Descendants of Zombies allowed me to be able to do that because of just how powerful the music actually was. The music was so powerful for Descendants of Zombies, and sometimes when the script had so much emotion, they would go to a song to really convey that emotion, because sometimes the power of a script is just not powerful enough. And that's how you get that greater appreciation for musicals like Wicked and musicals like The Sound of Music. And that's why you can watch a 3-hour production. You know, guys, I got a lot of friends who I go to musicals with who can't stand watching musicals. But that didn't turn me away from going to see Wicked last year, because my friend didn't like Wicked as much as what I did, because I was just so passionate about the story. I wanted to find out what happened before Dorothy dropped into Oz. And you know something? I came away from the original Wicked Part 1, I came away with it from a greater appreciation because I loved it so much. If you're just passionate about your passions, you just got to follow them. Regardless of how people feel about your passions, as long as you're passionate about whatever you're passionate about, that's what matters. So if you're passionate about collecting the dolls, keep on collecting them. Because I got to tell you guys, these 10th anniversary dolls look absolutely fabulous. They look beautiful. And I think that if you want them to be a part of your collection, you have a reason to be excited for this Christmas or your upcoming birthday. And it's just so fun seeing how everybody's so passionate about learning how to draw their favorite Descendants characters, learning the music to play on piano or different instruments like guitar. I have a lot of people subscribe to this YouTube channel who are very passionate about music and have an ear for music, and I appreciate that. Some people have sent me very beautiful covers of songs they've done from Descendants and The Little Mermaid from many months ago. It's so fun being able to reach out and touch the hearts of so many wonderful people because you too feel inspired by Descendants of Zombies, and I've just wanted to be a part of something special, and Descendants of Zombies allowed me the opportunity to do that. I just spoke on how I used to DJ many years ago, and I used to play all the songs off of favorite Disney movies that they had when they were getting married or they were having a birthday party. And it was so fun being a part of these Frozen-themed birthday parties or these Halloween Town-inspired birthday parties. It was so cool. And I think just whatever I've been a part of, I've been appreciative of every moment that I got to share with each and every one of you. And I think that I just wish more people would be on YouTube with that same appreciation to showcase for you guys and with that same passion. But unfortunately, because they don't possess that same passion or those very unique qualities that separate YouTube creators from YouTube creators, the thing is, I really believe that you guys have deserved far better reviews than what you've gotten. So if you could take a moment to hit my subscribe button and my like button to help push this video further out into the YouTube algorithm, I would certainly appreciate you for it, because I can never seem to put into words how appreciative I am of everybody who supported this YouTube channel right from the very beginning. The amazing thing about this YouTube channel is I've already gone over 20 minutes. The amazing thing about this YouTube channel is that some of the very first subscribers that I've ever had on this YouTube channel are still here with me, and they still appreciate every video that I upload. And I can never seem to say thank you enough. And I know I say thank you probably more than anybody else who ever creates a Descendants of Zombies video. But the thing is, we've got to let Freya, Sky, and Kylie Control know that they are special, and they mean so much to each and every one of us, because when they miss their friends because they're on tour and they want their friends surrounded by them, the thing is, their greatest friends are each and every one of us because we're fans. I would be lying to you if I told you I wasn't a fan of Kylie Control, because I am. I watch her music videos every day. I look forward to what she posts on social, because I think that more of a positive vibe on social, like Ellen DeGeneres used to post years ago. You know something? I miss Ellen DeGeneres' posts because she doesn't post as much anymore. And she used to post so much when she was hosting the Ellen DeGeneres show that kind of lifted up your spirits. And I think that more people should learn from people like Kylie Control, because she's always posting a positive vibe, and she does it with such incentive, and she puts so much heart and dedication in everything she does. So when people talk about her relationship or they talk about her political point of view, they really don't know what the first thing is about being a fan of Kylie Control and having that appreciation that she has for Hello Kitty and I Love LA merchandise, because she loves that LA hat that she wears all the time. And I notice that because I have a greater appreciation for her. And I notice her passion for Hello Kitty because her show Hello Kylie was inspired by Hello Kitty. There's actually a Hello Kitty store in the mall that's 5 minutes away from me. And inside this store is everything Hello Kitty merchandise related. And it's so fun being in there. I go there every day. And I know that's really weird to hear a guy talking about Hello Kitty merchandise, but I go there because of the positive vibe that I get from the store. There's also a bubble bath fragrance place in the mall too that has a really nice smell inside of it. So I can understand why a girl will be very passionate about the things she's passionate about when it comes to Descendants of Zombies. So if there's a guy that kind of understands where you guys are coming from about your passions for Descendants of Zombies, You will forever and always have me on this YouTube channel to relate to each and every one of you because it's so cool and it's so fun just being a part of whatever I've had the chance to be a part of. And I've reviewed a lot of things. I can remember reviewing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers years ago. I can remember reviewing Goosebumps years ago, but I've never had this much fun in my entire life being a part of whatever I had the chance of being a part of, because I believe that more people should post positive reviews of things like the Dream Come True music video. I loved when they flew in that music video. That was my favorite moment of that music video because they realized what magic could actually do for them and how much closer they could get to each other because of magic. And I know how people felt about them kissing. People were hoping we were going to see them share a kiss and zombies swore down to the vampires. But it's a moment we're kind of building up to. And with that anticipation comes a lot of excitement. And the thing is, by the time it finally happens, because I can guarantee you it will happen, if it can happen for Zed and Addison, it will definitely happen for these two, because they're carrying on the legacy of the franchise. I know a lot of people explain to you why they didn't kiss because of the age restriction or what have you, but you shouldn't listen to them because they're telling you what they want you to believe. As long as you believe what you want to believe, that's what matters, and that's what really it comes down to. And if you believe they're going to share a kiss maybe 5-6 years from now, it will eventually happen. When or how it's going to happen, we don't know, but that's what makes being a fan of Descendants and Zombies so fun and so exciting to be a part of whatever we're a part of. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upload this video, and hopefully it's going to have an incredible reach. If you get a moment, please hit my like and subscribe buttons. I would love you for it. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to have been a part of your life for what feels like forever for me as your voice of Descendants and Zombies. I got to do this because I haven't done it in a long time. I love doing this. The voice of Descendants and Zombies, 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 zombies. Oh yeah. I love that so much. And that's why this YouTube channel is the #1 Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel in the world. Guys, I got a bolt. Don't forget to hit my like and subscribe buttons and let everybody know you love these videos. I love producing them for you. I will have a new video tomorrow morning for you guys, which I hope you will join me for. Until then, guys, stay calm and zombie on, because that's the only way to be in this lifetime, because life is that much sweeter when all of us are. Thank you guys so much for watching this video.